Hey, there's Monkey. We're playing Shogun 2, picking up where we left off at. End of last episode, we talked about our potential rivals in the clans that surround us now that we've sort of doubled our size from 4 to 8 provinces. And really, in looking at it some more before pressing the record button, I've decided that it looks like the Sakai and the Hatakeyama are the two most likely candidates for the wars that we're about to engage in over here. And that's mainly because, you know, they're right on the border, even close to like our capital as far as that goes. They've got large stacks of armies and they don't like us. I mean, not very many clans like us right now, but these guys won't trade with us. And, you know, they've got pretty sizable armies on the border of some of our provinces, including some of our weaker provinces. So that's probably going to be going down in short order here. Now, we can't attack the Sakai for like 5 turns because we sold the military access, and that would cause us problems with all of the other clans that we have relations with, trade relations and whatnot. So for the Sakai, we have to wait 5 turns, but for the Hatakeyama, we don't. And my guess is because of the size of their army, they're probably not going to wait 5 turns to hit us here in Iga. Up here in Kaga and Echizen, these are our troop-producing provinces. We are going to be producing our bow Ashigaru here in Echizen, and we've upgraded the craftwork. Well, in 1 turn, it's going to be finished upgrading to give us the silver archery, the silver accuracy bonus for our ranged units. So, you know, we already started producing bow Ashigaru there because when that bonus hits, we want to have, you know, bow Ashigaru joining our army already. And in Kaga, we have the smithy building. We went with the armor upgrade, so that turns it into an armor smithy. That'll give us +2 armor on all of the Ashigaru that we produce. Now, right now, we're producing the Yari Ashigaru, but in a few turns, we're going to have the building requirement done. That allows us to produce the Oda Long Yari Ashigaru, and that's going to give us, you know, an even better bonus, at least with the units that we include of those in our army, a better bonus against cavalry, and they also have a higher armor in general, so they'll be taking less casualties as that happens. Additionally, we're going to upgrade this province from a stronghold to a fortress. That's going to give us 2 recruitment slots, so we can be recruiting some form of spear unit every turn. Meanwhile, down in Echizen, we're only going to be recruiting 1 bow unit a turn, and the reason why I'm doing that is because the bulk of our army is going to be made up of spear units. So, you know, out of every army, you might have 13 or 14 spear units, you know, 5 or 6 bow units, a general, and then, you know, I might have a couple less spear units and a couple maybe cavalry or a couple samurai or something along those lines as I start to phase those in. But I don't feel the need to spend all of that extra money. That's 3,200 koku. That's more than half of what I have left at this point to upgrade this keep another level. So we're going to go with that for now. I may change my mind later on, but that's the current plan as far as that goes. Other upgrades that we're going to do at this point, as far as provinces go, I think I'm going to upgrade the roads in Omi, and the reason why is because being able to move our units around, that's going to be another 15% bonus for them to get around, and being that a lot of fighting is going to be happening around here, I feel like that's kind of useful. Otherwise, I wouldn't consider it. I'm not going to increase the ninjutsu score right now. I have 2 ninja out in the field already. I'm not going to worry about it. The only other stuff we have to be concerned about, you know, on this side, I already explained the threats. On the other side of the map, the threats are Imagawa for sure. That's this clan that's down here. We beat them up. We left them with a province and a peace treaty. The peace treaty's expired, but we sold the military access and shadowed their army. Their army's somewhere in this area right now, actually. So my guess is they're going to head to South Shinano and maybe either attack that, or maybe they're heading up towards Jinbo up here. I'm not really sure what they're doing. I thought they were going to declare war on me, but they didn't. But that clan is allied with both the Hojo, who hold at least 2 provinces over here, and the Takeda, who have these guys right here. So, and they're also, you know, already beating up the Jinbo on our, you know, border here with Kaga. So the Takeda might take them out and decide that we look like a ripe enough target because we only have half an army here. But that's the other risk we have, is getting involved in a war with a big clan or a big group, you know, a big allied group of clans, while we're busy knocking out the Hatakeyama and the Psycho over here. Not Psycho, Sakai. You know. So that's pretty much it for all the preamble. Let's just go ahead and end the turn here and see what happens. There's Takeda's. Wow, they have two big old stacks of guys. Yeah. This guy was just scouting for us. That was pretty much our plan, was to bring him back. Bring him back this way. We have a ninja in with this group already. We're going to actually send this ninja over. I didn't see Imagawa move anywhere, so he might be trudging. He might be trudging through the mountain pass here, which seems kind of odd, but I don't know. Odd. Okay. And then this guy we were going to bring back to here. You know, these are pretty weak provinces right now. They're kind of undefended, but like I said, until they declare war on us, I'm not, you know, I'm no more concerned than I should be, I guess. Okay, so producing that unit did not come out silver, so I was just kind of testing that out to see if, when the Fletcher got finished being produced, if the next unit that we produced would actually get that bonus attached to them, but they didn't. But that's okay. So we're just going to put a few in the slot to just start producing them. And then 4 turns. I don't think we're going to upgrade this drill yard. I mean, that would give us a rank of experience on our long Yari, which might be useful. I don't know if it's worth 2,000 at this point. Well, oops, I don't want bows. I want spears. Do that, and then so 2 turns of that, and then we should be ready for action there. At this point, the other thing we have concern about in these provinces, that's not what I wanted, is, all right, order seems to be fine. We're slowly pushing down this the eco religion that used to sort of control these 2 provinces. I just want to make sure that, like, public order doesn't get out of hand, being that our armies are kind of split. We're also going to, what do we got? 4 turns. So we may end up actually, I really kind of wanted to figure out where the Imagawa are over there, but it's not going to happen. So we're going to take this army and start bringing them over. I think we're just going to come in and smash the Hatakeyama out of Yamato. Yeah, it's my plan. That's my plan for now. And then we're going to go and grab this. I think this is our assassin. Yeah, this is our assassin. So we're going to bring him eventually. I guess he can't move this turn. We'll bring him next turn to scout for our army. I think I've got the income. I'm going to upgrade this 1 level. The reason why I want to upgrade Omi 1 level is because that's right on the border of Kyoto. So that's going to be where our armies probably sit when we go to take the capital, to sort of like wrap up, when we go to wrap up the game. So we kind of want Omi to be defendable. you know, and sort of have that little bit of extra, you know, bonus in case we get into some scrapes kind of like in that end game portion. That's also something to note too right now, is that the Sakai and Hatakeyama hold between them like 8 provinces. Now if we were to add those 8 provinces to our 8 provinces, we would trigger realm divide, and that's not going to be my intention. My intention is going to be to, well, the Hojo just took that province. There's the Imagawa. Okay, let's check this out first. So Jinbo's gone. Hatano's gone. Huh. And we didn't do that mission. And okay, so we got this. We have 6 turns to get fire arrows, but I think I might want to reduce the upkeep costs for my armies and navies. I'm going to double check that for a second here real quick. Armies, if I go to finance, army upkeep is 3,500, so 5% would be saving us 170 koku a turn. I mean, that's definitely useful. That's a pretty good bump, and we're just going to be recruiting even more units as time goes on. So I think I'm going to pick that one up now, especially since it's only 3 turns. It'll also give us access to. I don't think we're actually going to end up building rice exchanges, so I may not go that route. Just because of time to recoup, it takes a good amount of time to recoup the earnings on that. I may build a couple, depending on what's going on here. But who took? Oh, Sakai took it. Yeah. So one of the guys I was going to go to war with is taking more provinces. So, but this is kind of a concern because Hojo's allied with Imagawa. Imagawa doesn't like us, and Hojo's also allied with Takeda. So that may not bode very well for me here. In fact, I think I'm going to have to move my general and some of the army back over. Let's see. I can give up about 5 public order, and I think I mostly have. Yeah, I'll bring bows with me. You see how many bows I've got here? 3. Okay. So those 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 4, and I guess this would be 5. Okay, that leaves me even for public order as long as. Okay, it looks like it's going down. Their discontent with the religion stuff. Plus, I will be recruiting. I'll have another unit in that town next turn anyway. Okay, that gives me a bigger presence there for sure. And then we still have another turn until we can start doing that. 3 turns until we can start recruiting 2 of these guys a turn. So it is what it is. This is what I was talking about here too. His army's not very large. 5, 10 units. Now that's his general though. That's not his actual. That's not his daimyo. For some reason I thought his army had his daimyo in it, but I don't recall. I'd have to go back and look. We're just gonna go ahead and scout out ahead of him. Kiso looks pretty well. Whoo-hoo. So many Yari samurai. We're just gonna go ahead and keep scouting on through here. All right. Well, they're bringing him back. I'm feeling weak over here. feeling weak on this side. I'm kind of feeling weak, actually. I'm feeling exposed on both fronts here. I don't really like this, what's going on here. I think we're going to end up losing Iga, is going to be my guess. That's probably going to be what happens. I'm going to move my Daimyo's army in between in this situation here, because it's going to take... Let me think about this for a second. It's, like I said, I've got about 3 more turns until... In fact, I can double check here. So these guys are hostile. It's 3 more turns, and then we could declare war on them. Hedekayama, I don't have any agreements with, so I don't have to worry about any of that as far as that goes. I could try to trade with the Hojo, since I don't want to go to war against them anyway.
I will listen.
No, they don't want it. They don't want it. It's too bad. Yeah. Well. So in 3 turns, I could be ready to knock Sakai out of Issei. Originally, man, I don't know. I'm feeling a little concerned about having, this army, like, not having anything over here, with Imagawa also being close potentially. I feel like he's going to have to declare war to get... Let's double check this. Yeah. So his ally is the Takeda. He's no longer allied with Hojo, actually. Interesting. And the Kiso are allied with Takeda as well. So I don't know. I couldn't see Imagawa actually attacking. Maybe he would attack the Kiso. He may also just... Maybe he has access. Maybe he'll step inside the Kiso, declare war on us, and come back in. So that's a possibility too. That's okay though. So I guess what's going to happen is I'm going to put myself here. If that happens and he starts coming back in, I'll just send my army back the other direction. And then as far as these provinces go, yeah, I don't have a lot of defense. What have I got? Got that guy there. So let's go back to our ninja. We've got to upgrade this metsuke as well. I'm going to take, actually, this ninja and send him back this way. All right. His army popped out, so that's interesting. And then, finally, an upgrade on these guys. They get 3 XP per turn when you have them in town, overseeing a town. -1 happiness to provinces. Don't like that. +2 repression, though, so I guess that you end up with, repression anyway, although happiness, I think, contributes to growth. +1 cunning when overseeing armies, and +1 cunning when overseeing towns. We want the cunning when overseeing towns. And same thing, we want points in overseeing towns. The summary on the metsuke bonus is, in the skill tree, you can get 2 levels of cunning. Every level of cunning for overseeing towns is a 5% increase in taxes that impact that town. Every rank the metsuke gets is also a 5% increase in taxes on that town. So now that he's earned his first rank, he's gone from rank 1 to rank 2. That increases his tax rate impact. Let's just mouse over this here. So character effects say 28%. Now, the base rate of any metsuke that's in a town, so if we switch over to Mino, that doesn't have one. If we switch over to Kaga, for example, that has a metsuke, character effect is 8%. Omi, where we also have metsuke, is 8%. So that's the base rate that a metsuke will give you. This guy here has a 28% because he got 1 level from leveling up, 1 level from his retainer, and 2 levels from magistrate. So that makes him pretty potent. The tax rate in this province now is 39%. That's, not quite double what it was because you lose everything that adds taxes. You lose a percentage of based off of how many provinces you have. The bigger your empire, the more of an administration penalty that you take as far as that goes. But still, the tax rate in Omi is 26%. In Iga is 23, 26 in Echizen. These are the ones with magistrates. It's 26 in the provinces with magistrates and 39 in the province where we just leveled our magistrate up. Now, as these other Metsukes level up, they're going to also get levels in administering a town, because that's what I do with these. I stick them in my most wealthy provinces, and they make me more money. So, like, for example, we look at my 4 wealthiest provinces, like I mentioned before, Owari, Omi, Kaga, and Echizen all have Metsuke in them. And that's going to be a big source of my income over time, because these towns are going to grow more than all the other towns. Okay, so we talked about that. We've got our armies done moving here, and we've got almost a whole stack here in this province. I just want to make sure that I'm recruiting properly. So if we are attacked by Hojo, I guess we'll see what we'll see. The only other thing I might want to do... Nope. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see what we're going to see. Takeda is moving down that way. There's an army brewing over here. Another Metsuke increases in rank. We got +2 experience for all samurai recruits, which we're not doing. If we recruit a samurai, and then we would get a katana samurai. It's just expensive bait. We're gonna go and scout. These are just looks like reinforcements, but it also looks like they are. I don't know who they're reinforcing at this point. Oh, good. We encountered another clan, which is good because we want to be able to potentially trade with some clans here to kind of beef up our income. Okay. They're unfriendly, but okay. I guess let's... All right, well, they'll do that. I'll see if I can get them to pay me for... Wow. They will definitely pay me for it. I might be put... What is going on here? I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Let's try 6,000. I'm just going to take it. Wow. Man, they must have really wanted those horses. I am super surprised. I kind of want to see if I can get... I don't know how the Hatakeyama decided they want to trade with me, but I may actually take that trade agreement as well. Let me look about the... I guess they're just unfriendly now. Interesting. These guys are... Wow. Okay, I have to step back for a second. Maybe it's because I have access to the crafts, which is interesting. I guess I do have luxury goods to trade, but that's before these guys weren't willing to trade with me. Now I'm gonna have to go to war with them at some point anyway, but I guess that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna make a trade agreement with Hatakeyama. Okay.
Although I do not expect to profit.
Let's do it.
An end.
I don't know. You know, we'll take the money we get from them for now, and this means I can swing around, probably just hit the Sakai. I don't think I can get military access through them, although I might be able to. Let's go back and see.
I have weapons that need polishing. Speak quickly, so that I may be about something useful today.
I'll give them 10 turns, and they will give me 5 turns, which is enough turns for me to come over here and knock this dude off the back. Let me think about... I think I have enough units here that I could do that. Knock him out, and then head down. Let's do that. Okay. Great. These guys are fully leveled up. We can pull from... I need to see how much I can pull from here. Oh wow, we've got... Oh, that's because my daimyo's in that province there. Yeah. Let's go down here. And then here. Oh, it still says 7 public order. All right, well, looks like we should be able to pull most of a second army out of there then. 5 bows. Yeah, we're good. So that's 6. And then... Yeah. Also, we can level this guy up while we're here. So now, as I mentioned, so his attribute is level 2. If we look at the town, he now has a 13% impact on Omi. And then we can hopefully get a retainer that gives us +1 cunning when overseeing towns. That's good. Hunting dog is when apprehending, no, overseeing towns. And 2 ranks of that. And now Omi is also at a 39% tax rate. So pretty good income bump going on over here. This town, 4. It looks like we can take all of the soldiers out of there. And then we're going to... I guess we'll just merge them. Because what we're going to do is we're going to pull Oda out of here and put him in charge of the 2nd army. Yeah. Okay. Up here in Echizen... Now that we have all this money, I am going to upgrade this to a fortress just to give us that extra... the extra thingy. Let's see. Okay, what we're going to do here in Kaga, we managed to, through our trade with Amako, we managed to somehow get iron. You know, look, just going back and looking at their situation here, they're not actually importing or exporting iron, but nonetheless, we are getting from them... we're getting iron from Amako. And the reason why that's important is because now we can upgrade the armorer to the next level. So what we're going to do, because we have that available to us, we're going to, and also because we got a bunch of gold out of them through establishing that trade, we're going to upgrade to the master armorer. That's going to give us +3 armor on our Ashigaru. And that will be that's the biggest breakpoint you can hit for them going from 4 to 5 armor. For the encampment, we're going to go with +2 melee attack for all the units in the province. So that's going to give a total of 5 armor on our Yari, Ashigaru, and 2 attack. I could go with the armorer and get another +2 armor for them. And as I talked about before, you can add attack and defense, but you can't really add armor through advancing the unit, through training them and whatnot. But in this case, because we can go to the master armorer and hit that 5 armor breakpoint that we want to get to, going from 4 to 5 for that big gain in terms of defenses against like arrows and whatnot. Instead, we're going to take the +2 to attack, because that's going to give them more of a punch power. Over time, that's been the strategy that I've wound up like settling on, and I can go into it in more detail, but I figured that's pretty detailed already. So we have the money now to upgrade both of those. It's going to take 5 turns for both to get online, but we're just going to keep recruiting, while we can. These lesser units will still be decently useful for replacing our existing unarmored and unweaponed troops. This is one of my better trained armies, even though they're not great. But I put them all up in here because we were fighting the Iko-Iki at the time. Okay, that's it for the upgrades in these provinces. Like I said, we took Echizen up to, we're going to upgrade that to a fortress, so we have another recruitment slot and another build slot in there, since we have this windfall of cash from that. And now let's kind of see what happens with the next turn. Well, there's another unit of Imagawa probably heading up to reinforce his army here that's on this border. I don't know if he's going to build up and attack the Kiso or what the deal is. It's kind of odd, but... Okay, so... Right. I don't need to do any of that. That's not true. So we're going to keep recruiting. We're just going to pre-buy some of those bows right now. And then one more turn. We're gonna wait until we're done with this Jujutsu Dojo and Master Armorer before we start making any more of the long Yari. We're gonna go with the one that we've got for now. And then we have I think it's our Metsuke. There we go. And Echizen. Well, we're gonna take the duelist because it's better to have the reduction chance of being assassinated. The overseeing armies doesn't matter to us. So, and then we're gonna upgrade our town or overseeing town bonus, and that's gonna get us to the 36% for getting him fully upgraded. So that's a pretty good bump. The one thing I talked about before, going from the market to the rice exchange, which we don't have, we need Totofuken first before we can do that. But just to cover the bases on that, even if we were to upgrade, it would take us 1,600 koku and 5 turns to make that upgrade happen. We would gain 300 to the wealth for this province. Now, we've got a pretty decent Metsuke in here, not the best because we missed out on that one retainer giving us +1 to town management, but still pretty good. Even then, we're getting a third of whatever our wealth is in terms of taxes, just a little over a third. So if we were to increase our wealth by 300, then we would be getting a little over 100 wealth per turn. That means to recoup the 1,600 that we spent on the rice exchange, it's going to take us 5 turns to build it, and then we would start gaining a little over 100 a turn, and so it's going to wind up taking us like practically 20 turns, maybe 19 turns if you include the fact that it does give you, instead of 5 to town growth, it will give you 10 to town growth, but because it uses one of your global food supply in order to build it, you really won't get the extra 5 to town growth. You'll only get 4 to town growth. And all of your other cities, in this case we have 8 cities total, so all of the other ones will lose 1. This will net gain 4, and we'll lose a total of 7, because of our 7 other provinces in terms of growth for upgrading this one exchange. So, you know, the fact that we're going up in terms of 4 wealth a turn basically means we'd be getting a little more than 1 koku per turn compounded. So the first turn would be 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, etc., right? So that it's not a lot. So it's going to take us about 19 turns to recoup the cost of building the exchange in the first place before we actually start making money off of it. Now, we could have a slightly better metsuke, you know, giving us, you know, 39% instead of 36. It's not going to move the needle all that much, though. So this is why, unless you're doing like a long or domination campaign, the odds of you making a lot of money out of the exchange, but, you know, going from a market to an exchange is pretty narrow. I would almost say it's most of the time. I'm trying to think of a situation where if I know, like right now, I mean, do I have 20 turns in me? Do I have 30 turns? Could I make profit for 11 turns off of it? Maybe, but again, being that it's only like 100 wealth plus that little increase in koku, where even if it was 150 koku per turn, that's 1,500 koku in profit that I would make from now until the end of the game off of upgrading that one exchange. And again, it stole 1 growth from all of my other provinces. So we'll leave it at that for now. I'll do a more in-depth analysis actually when I do my sort of market chain economics video. Let's see. Kaga, we can't upgrade any roads yet. Let me just look at how long we have here for 1 more turn. And then we're going to start upgrading these roads so we have better movement as far as that goes. We're going to take our ninja and sort of swing them around through these... Well, we're going to swing them around through these provinces here to see, you know, who's got what. Where we can, there we go, we'll go this way. So yeah, so Amako has the iron mine, which is why we're getting, why we got the iron to upgrade our smithy up here. Now, even if he loses the iron mine, or even if Sakai were to blockade or raid this trade route, doesn't matter. We've already spent the money to upgrade the smithy. You don't need iron at that point. Your people will just be able to upgrade. We're going to combine armies here, and then we're going to send them down. Actually, we're going to get them on the, well, I was going to say I was going to get them on the road. I feel like that's going to get me farther, but I guess it's not going to get me any farther. So we'll go this way, and then we're going to bring this ninja here to, I don't think it's going to improve their movement speed at all, but we're just going to put him into scout on that army. And then we'll bring Oda down here as far as he can. We want to make sure that we see this yellow line that connects them up. We want to make sure they can reinforce each other. I don't expect that Hatakeyama would, you know, betray me at this point and declare war and whatever and like attack my stack and a half with his almost 2 stacks. But I wouldn't completely put it past him. Let's see. So we've got everything kind of square as far as that goes. Imagawa's doing some weird stuff up here, reinforcing things. I'm gonna send he's got 2 metsuke over there. Well, he's got a Hojo's metsuke and Takeda's metsuke down there, which might be bad for my ninja. I'd actually like to stick him in an army scouting. I think he's getting some XP. He'll get 2 more XP. He'll get a level, but like I kind of want to circle around to see what's going on down here in Suruga. So I'm going to, I have a feeling he's going to spot me either way. Well, I guess we'll just try to get on past. Yeah. Well, there's a big army. Okay. Let's see. The only other things I could think to do, let's see what else we have going on here with diplomacy. We could try to trade with the Hojo. Okay, well. You got any money? Well, he does.
So that I may be about something useful today.
Wow. Yeah, okay. This is why, like... Oh, jeez. You know, one of the things you can do to get, you know, sort of game the money system would be to throw your taxes up onto very high one turn. You make a bunch of people angry, you lose a bunch of town growth, and then to throw the taxes back down to normal to where you keep it under control. Okay, he won't take that. But the other thing you could do is, when apparently they really want some goods out of you, I suppose, well, no, he's already importing horses. I'm not really sure why he's willing to offer me 6,500 koku, but I'll take it. And this is why I don't really feel the need to throw taxes up and down every turn to sort of game that. I mean, I suppose this is gaming the system too, by taking advantage of that. But we're actually going to build a sake den here. That's going to give us a little bit of happiness in this town, but mainly it's going to give us the ability to recruit ninja here, and then I can take and we'll upgrade, especially since we have so much money now. We're going to upgrade this village. Now, mainly this is getting the 2 ranks for ninja recruitment, which will be good, so we can get, you know, some ninja that already come with a couple ranks of experience in them. But the other reason is going to be, it does give us 250 wealth, and like we just talked about with the going from the market to the rice exchange, it will take a while to break even on that, even with this metsuke here. But you know, this will be our test candidate. You know, the extra 250 wealth we get a turn, we're only going to be getting about 40% of that from this metsuke. So that would be around 100 koku per turn once it's built, which means that it's going to take, since it takes what, 4 turns, that would be, you know, 12 and a half turns to recoup our money, plus the 4 turns to build it. So 16 and a half turns to recoup the money that we spent on this Burakumin village. Now, that said, we also do get to recruit better ninja here. That's kind of the perk that we're getting out of that, and eventually we'll make our money back from that. But okay, so let's do that, and then because we have such a windfall, actually I think, yeah, I'm not really doing this for the wealth increase, but maybe for the provincial happiness, because we have this the eco sort of issue kind of going on. It's pretty much under control, but there's still like 7. It's -7 non-clan religion. So I'm thinking maybe... Now we're going to save it. We're going to save our koku, and we'll upgrade roads with it when we get to next turn, just so we can move around a little bit faster to reinforce and whatnot. Okay. All right, well, I think he left my ninja alone, so that's a good sign. Wow, they got lots of armies up there in North Shinano. Okay, we're gonna do equal fields. I don't think we're ever gonna get down to Tonindo, which is how you would get the master bowmaker that would allow us to double our accuracy to 20 from 10. But we're gonna get equal fields for sure, because we're not gonna use the -20 cost for metsuke actions. We just stick them in towns and let them do their thing in the towns. So we'll get this for the extra wealth across our farms, because we do have some pretty good wealthy farms going on. And then we may also do the terrace farming upgrades on some of our biggest farms. It'll give us more food across our nation and whatnot. Okay. I don't know where his army is now, but if I know anything, it's going to be that he's probably... Let me double check diplomacy again. He's probably still hostile. Yeah. And this is a ripe, juicy target here, being that there's nobody in my capital. So I think what we're going to do is take care of all of our other actions first, and then we're going to declare war on him and move in against that province to see what we can see. We're also going to bring this general back down here. Okay, first let's upgrade this metsuke. So +1 when overseeing towns, that's going to be the one we want. And then we're going to take 2 points in here. Oh yeah, before I do that, let me just cancel, just so you can see, even just taking, like looking at Kaga, we're at a 33% tax rate now, but we're getting 805 income per turn. So buying the 2 additional ranks, he just got 2 ranks, one from going up in rank, in general rank, and 1 from the retainer as far as managing towns go. So now we're getting, let me just refresh the town, 970. So that was 165 per turn, plus we got the same thing again. So total, it was probably about 330 in terms of income per turn, just off of upgrading that 1 metsuke in a very fertile town, a very fertile province. And this is, we don't even have a market built here yet, which is actually, that's what we're going to build here right now, as a market to give us even more wealth. We really want to boost these provinces up a lot, and we're going to improve the roads here as well. The roads will give us a little bit of growth, but really the thing is the boost to movement, so we can get all of these juicy troops that we're making out to the front line. I could increase this to an exchange like we had talked about, but I don't think I'm going to do it, just because, well, you know what, I'll do it as a test, if you will, but I will do it over in here because Kaga has the wealth from farming in Kaga is 2250, and the wealth from farming here is 1500. So, and also the metsuke here is a little, it's only 3%, you're thinking, but it all adds up. We want to get the most out of the rice exchange. We kind of want to get it, we want to have it in the place with the best metsuke as far as it goes, and the best farming. I mean, and this 750 extra wealth per turn is huge. That's an extra 250 koku per turn off of the metsuke we have there, roughly speaking. So recruitment-wise, we still have bows going on. We'll have a few more turns before we get that extra slot online. I could upgrade the provincial happiness, which would offset some of that religion stuff, but I think we're fine as far as that goes. And then here for recruitment, we still have a couple turns before we... Yeah, there we go. We're just going to keep going with the Yari Ashigaru. Once we get the Jujutsu Dojo online, then, once we get our better upgrades, then we'll pay for the more expensive long Yari Ashigaru, because we don't have any of those right now. We're going to phase out over time our crappy regular Yari that don't have any armor on them. We're going to get rid of those over time, but right now we have 11, looks like 11 public order to spare. I don't want to be attacked by Hojo, but I'm going to start bringing, because we're going to be going to war against Sakai, and he had some armies mustering over here. I want to bring this general and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll leave the archers here. I'll bring 7 Ashigaru with me this way. And I don't think I have much more movement. I have a little bit. What do we have? We're just doing bows there. I think, what do they want to see? I think what we will do is upgrade the Sakeden to get the +1 to happiness. That will give us, it does cost us money. I'm not really interested. The wealth is okay. The extra 100 wealth per turn doesn't mean much. But the extra 1 to happiness plus this additional repression that we're getting from the keep means we're going to be able to take more troops out of here without worrying about any sort of revolt. Once the eco influence goes down even farther, we'll get rid of a lot of this -7 influence. But time being, because we have a large amount of Koku in reserve right now, I think we're going to go that route. Okay. And then we're also going to upgrade this road here, just again for the extra movement in this province. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to move... Looks like we can go that far in. So we're going to move... I want to make sure that he can see us on the road. It almost looks like... Yeah, I think on the road he'll be visible. I want this guy to be visible because I want the Sakai to go to war against us. Basically, I want him to make sure that he brings his army to attack. Well, I don't see him right now. Oh, that's right. We have a little bit of loss because it's wintertime. It's all right. Well, I guess in this case I can hit the... All right, well, let's take the opportunity to do it this way. We're just going to go in and hit the keep. It should be... Let me double check my numbers here. I think I have room for one more unit. But these guys just exhausted all their movement, so we're going to take a chance and hit their castle. Okay, his lord's right there. All right, well, thanks for watching. We're going to leave it on a little bit of a cliffhanger there. I hope you appreciated the deep dive we took into metsuke, taxes, and some of the province development mechanics. I will definitely do a separate video on that at a later date. But for now, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.